For some people, this is a sanctuary. The Old Rucker Farm has become a place of healing for them. And that's really, really special. And then I just trust that the people who receive the food that we harvest, it helps their lives in some way too. It adds some joy to their life and some happiness when they receive that beautiful produce. The mission of Old Rucker Farm is to provide the community with agricultural and environmental-based education while teaching people how to grow food and sharing it with those in our community that need a little extra help. The three tenets of Old Rucker Farm are education, production, and donation. We focus primarily on education, teaching people all aspects of agriculture and environmental education. And we grow a lot of food here so that we can donate a lot of food from here. We've got a lot to harvest today. We have our harvest list. Old Rucker Farm came to be out of a very generous donation from Whole Foods Market and Whole Kids Foundation. Back in 2015, Whole Kids and Whole Foods started an educational farm in the parking lot of the South Regional Office. In the summer of 2017, the decision was made that that program would cease to exist, but Whole Kids and Whole Foods Market made the huge, generous offer to donate the farm if a suitable place could be found. At that time, I was a Whole Foods Market team member, and I reached out to the city of Alpharetta and asked them if they had a place where an educational farm could be transported to. And they said yes.
We were approached by Whole Foods and Amanda. They reached out to our Parks and Recreation and Cultural Arts Department and said that they had this facility, the farm that they were running at the time on the Whole Foods property, and they would be willing to donate it if we were interested and could find the right location. And it was just Providence.
I got connected with the farm from a phone call from Amanda Maselli asking us as a city, were we interested in getting into the farm business? It was something we had never done before, but long story short, we said yes, and Whole Foods donated the farm to the city of Alpharetta. It's here at Old Rucker Farm right now, and it's just growing beyond all of our expectations.
Usually Recreation and Parks departments run baseball, gymnastics, a pool maybe, but to run an organic farm is really very unique. And so the city wanted to talk to the community first and say, do you want this? Is this something that you want in your park? And overwhelmingly, the community said yes. And so from the very beginning, this was a community-driven, community-led effort, which is really, really cool.
You know, you'll walk in and you'll just see a lush green space. We have an outdoor classroom that is great for educating our community and even the young kids and doing workshops. We have a beautiful orchard with peaches and apples, and then as you walk in, we have our educational field where we grow things like garlic, carrots, tomatoes, lettuce, all the fun produce that we all love. And then we have our community garden, which is a wonderful space for those who may not be able to grow at their home, or maybe they just want that community niche and be a part of something.
There you go. Yeah. North Fulton Community Charities, which is the food pantry that we take our harvest to every Friday, they serve about 125 families a day. And while Alpharetta is a relatively affluent community, there are still people that are underserved or are experiencing food insecurity. And so we're really grateful that there's the organization like North Fulton Community Charities that we can partner with, and they can distribute our fresh foods to our neighbors.
So that's just 100 ounces divided by 16. I think it's so important for people to have access to fresh produce and to just be able to live healthily, because that shouldn't be something that you have to pay a ridiculous amount for. I started working at the farm my sophomore year of high school, just coming out to volunteer days, helping with seed pickups. I have learned so much from being on the farm.
The future of the Old Rucker Farm is really remarkable. I see it expanding in its current footprint, outside its current fence, because we have another additional 12 acres here that we can do some other farming things. And we've had a great deal of interest from our neighboring cities and communities about what we're doing and how can they do this same thing in their community. So we're looking forward to that.
My favorite thing is seeing children turn on in the garden. I love when their faces light up when they taste something new or they taste something weird. I love that. My second favorite thing is that I get to work with community, in community, building community while growing food outside in the beautiful nature. It's all my favorite things all in one place.
1, 2, 3, vegetables! Perfect. Thanks, everybody.